Hi everyone, welcome to my channel and welcome to today's video. I hope you guys are having a great day so far. So today's video is going to be a review video on some of the Nabla or Nabla, I'm not really sure how to pronounce it, but Nabla cosmetics products. I have four things with me. I have the Nabla Dreamy Eyeshadow palette, I have two of their liquid lipsticks, and I have their brow pencil. So if you guys are interested to know my thoughts on these products, then please continue watching. Okay guys, let's get started with the video. As I already mentioned, I have four of Nabla cosmetics products with me. Their Nabla Dreamy Eyeshadow palette. If you have been watching my channel for a while, I did a wishlist video quite a long time back, probably 7-8 months back, and I had mentioned this palette in that video, and I said, can you just please let me know where I can buy this? And I can't believe I have this in my hands. Anyways, I will be talking about this palette in this video, and I will also do a little kind of side by side with the Modern Renaissance palette. And I also have their brow product, and this is their Brow Divine brow pencil, and I have their two of the liquid lipsticks which they have. So I am guessing you might be most interested in the liquid lipsticks. So let's start with the liquid lipstick first, and then I will talk about the eyeshadow palette. Before I start, let me tell you where I got these products. Now Nabla Cosmetics, and also if you guys know how to pronounce this brand, then do let me know in the description box below. I will call it Nabla. Now this is a European brand. I am not really sure where it originates from. I'm so sorry about that. I honestly don't know a lot about this brand, but I hear they make amazing eyeshadows, and that's how I came to know about this brand. You guys know I live in Singapore and Nabla Cosmetics is not really available here. I got my products from beautypay.com. I will list all the links in the description box. If you want to check out the products, you can do so. But anyways, let's move on with the review now. So let me talk about the lipsticks first. So I got two shades. I got the shades Noblese, Oblige and Kernel. So I will show you the swatches and everything. First, let's look at the packaging. The packaging is like so stunning. This is how the lipstick packaging looks like. It comes in a box like this, and it's all like dreamy galaxy themed packaging. The behind you have all the details mentioned here. This lipstick is made in Italy, and it has 3 ml of product, which is 0.10 fluid ounces, and it's good for 9 months. It says it's cruelty free and vegan, and all the details of ingredients are mentioned here. So it's really a very good quality brand. I loved how they have presented their product. Now these lipsticks I have been wearing for some time now. I have had these products for around a month or so, I guess. I am quite late in reviewing this, but I am honestly truly impressed with this lipstick formula. I'm wearing one today as well. Let me talk about the formula first. It is amazing formula. It reminds me very much of the Huda Beauty liquid lipsticks. The texture is quite like liquidy and runny when you apply, and they dry down completely matte. They do not transfer, but there is a slight tackiness, so the lipstick is very comfortable on the lips. I didn't think that these lipsticks would be so comfortable. You know how much I love comfortable matte liquid lipsticks, and these are definitely very comfortable lipsticks. If you haven't seen my liquid lipstick countdown video, you must watch that, where I have ranked all of my liquid lipsticks. I think these would actually rank quite high up, because they are very comfortable, they are transfer proof, they wear for a really long time, they feel very lightweight. So let me show you the swatches now. So the first lipstick shade which I got was Noblese Oblige, and this is how this lipstick looks like. It's a very pretty, like a light pink neutral kind of a shade, perfect for everyday wear. This is a shade which I am wearing on my lips right now. As you can see, it's very flattering on my skin tone as well, super close to my skin tone. I will highly recommend this shade for like everyday, very comfortable, long lasting liquid lipstick. So this is the swatch, just in case you want to see the swatch. It dries down completely matte within like 30 to 40 seconds, but there will be a slight tackiness to it. But that tackiness isn't uncomfortable, and as the time progresses, the tackiness kind of fades away a little bit, or I don't know, you just get used to the tackiness. But yeah, that just makes the whole lipstick formula very comfortable. I will give you a transfer test right now. So as you can see, there is no transfer at all. So completely transfer proof, very matte and long wearing. And the next shade which I have is the shade called Kernel, and this one I got just because I wanted to try one more shade to just see if the formula is consistent or not, and the formula is absolutely consistent, and I wanted to get a neutral kind of shade as well. So this is the shade Kernel. This is also a very flattering shade. It's like a mauvey berry neutral kind of a shade. It's not too deep. You can actually wear it on a day-to-day basis for work or anything. So I really love this shade as well. It has hints of mauve, nude, berry, kind of a very nice shade. I just loved the two shades I have picked up. I'm not sure if I'll pick up any more shades right now because they are not very accessible. As you guys know, I already mentioned I got them from Beauty Bay. But if I get a chance, if I get them here in Singapore, I will definitely love to pick up more shades. I absolutely love the formula. I will highly recommend. If you have access to Nabla Cosmetics and you're wondering about the liquid lipsticks, I personally I say go for it. They are just amazing quality. So let me tell you the price of this lipsticks also. On Beauty Bay I got these lipsticks for around $25, which is not that bad considering that we get many high-end liquid lipsticks around the $30-33 range. So that way they are less expensive than many high-end brands which are available here in Singapore. Let me quickly touch upon the brow product as well before we move on to the eyeshadow palette. So this is the packaging of the brow product which they have. It's called Brow Divine, and it's I got the shade Uranus, which is one of their deeper shades, and I think this shade matched me really well. So this is how the pencil looks like. It's very similar to the ABH Brow Wiz, and I think in formula also it's very similar. I have used this to do my eyebrows today. This one has the pencil, a very pointy pencil at one end. This is how this looks, and the other end has a spoolie like this. The spoolie is also really nice. I quite like this brow product. I was actually running out of brow product. I have already finished one ABH Brow Wiz I have. I'm quite happy that I have this one because it's very similar to Brow Wiz. I will show you the shade. This is how the shade is. It's a deep brownish black. Quite good for dark hairs. If you have dark eyebrow hairs, this will be a good one. And the formula is not very creamy. It's more on the stiffer side. If you are someone who loves creamy brow products, you may feel that this is a little stiff, but I personally don't like very creamy products. I think it's the right amount of creamy. You don't really have to pull and tug a lot, but still you get the product well on the eyebrows, and it's not too waxy or too stiff. It's somewhere in between. I think the consistency is what I love. Brow products are really difficult for me to explain. When I like something, I know I like something, so I think this one is good. And the color here, as you can see, it's well pigmented, but it's not too much at one go. You can actually build up the color and it looks very natural. So as you can see, I have done my brows today. I haven't used this a whole lot, but I think I have used it twice, and the 2 times I used, I have really liked it. So if you have deep dark brow hairs like me, you can go for this shade Uranus. The Brow Divine is for 20 Singapore dollars, and you get 0.8085 grams of product. If you want me to compare this with the ABH Brow Wiz, then do let me know. I think the ABH Brow Wiz also retails around the same. I think it's 25 Singapore dollars after conversion. So yeah, it's somewhere in the same range. If you want me to compare both of these products, then do let me know. Okay guys, down to the last product, and the most exciting product for me is the Nabla Dreamy Eyeshadow palette. I had seen this palette last year and I immediately fell in love with the colors. It is such a beautiful looking palette, and this palette is beautiful inside and out. Look at the packaging of this palette. It is just so beautiful. It has a galaxy theme to it, and I totally love the packaging. This product is also made in Italy, and it is good for 18 months. This is cruelty free, vegan, and it has the ingredients of all the shadows in here. The palette is inside this sleeve, so you take the palette out of this sleeve and there lies the palette, which is even more beautiful than the outer sleeve. You have this like corners here as well, golden corners, and you have that nice gold label, and that's how the back of the packaging is. It's very sturdy, and the palette opens all the way, like it can lay flat. That I really like. Sometimes I get really irritated with some eyeshadow palettes which go just like this and they just keep falling on the palette like this. This one can lay flat and this can go back like this as well without like ruining the palette cover. It has been designed that way. It has a nice sized mirror here, and these are all the shades in here. And look at the shades, they are so beautiful. So it's a very purpley pinky toned eyeshadow palette. I think last year when I had seen this, I did not really have these tones that much in my collection. I did not have the Huda Beauty, I did not have Color Drain, I did not have Morphe Jaclyn Hill, but now of course I may have some of these colors already in my collection. But since I always wanted to get this palette and I was very curious about this palette, I still went ahead and got it. So in here you get 5 matte shades. These are the mattes, 1 2 3 4 5, and the rest are all very intense metallic finishes. And this one here, the deep purple one, is almost like a very bluish purpley duochrome shade. You have a lot of beautiful metallic shades. They are very different from each other. As you can see, you have some golds, you have some rose gold, some deeper burgundy ones, a nice lavender metallic, and one deep purple. Today I am wearing this shade which is called Delirium on my eyelids, and I have this one and this one on my crease. I have this one in my outer V and this one in my inner corners. I had asked you guys on my Instagram which shade would you want me to use, and I think most of you wanted me to use this matte shades on my eyelids. So I did do another look using the matte shades. I will show you that look also in the video, but there is no tutorial or anything. I haven't filmed a tutorial yet. Probably in the near future I will surely do one. But I think before I speak more about this palette, let me quickly show you the swatches of all of these beautiful shades. Here is one more look at the palette here. Here are the matte shadows of the palette. The 3 lighter shades which you see, I did have to build up so that you can see the colors on my skin tone. And here are the shimmer or the metallic finish shadows which I did not have to build up at all. These are one swipe pigmentation. You can somewhat see how chunky that bright purple shade is, but it's not very difficult to smooth out. And the others are beautiful metallic shades. So these are the swatches. I will post the swatches on my Instagram as well. Okay guys, those were the swatches. As you could see, the colors are just gorgeous colors. Now let me talk a little bit about the palette and how I liked it. I have worked with almost all of the colors except maybe this one here. This gold bronzy shade I haven't used yet. You have seen the swatches. All the metallic shades are just super duper intense, and they translate like that onto the eyes. Very beautiful looking. So all the metallic shades I am completely in love with. Today I have used this one, I have already mentioned. This shade is a little bit difficult to work with. I think only shade which is like a little bit chunky and a little bit difficult to work with is this one. Definitely need a MAC Fix Plus, which I have used today as well to create this look. To get that kind of intensity and smoothness, you need a setting spray for this shade. Other than that, all the other shimmer or the metallic shades are amazing quality. I use my fingers to get the most intensity, but you can also use brush. Now as for the mattes are super soft, really soft. Reminds me of the Modern Renaissance palette, the ABH eyeshadow formula. Some of these even remind me of the Subculture mattes. They are very soft mattes, but they are not as powdery as the Subculture one. So I would say the formula is more towards the Modern Renaissance formula. Very soft, buttery mattes, and really pigmented. As you can see from the swatches also, they are very pigmented. Even the lighter shades, they show up on my skin tone really well. But yes, you might have to pack on a little bit more, layer up a bit, but still they do show up, so that's great. I think only these two are like deeper colors which I don't have to build up that much, but the other mattes, this one and this one, I do have to build up the shades. So I think that's the only thing. The mattes are a little bit too light for my skin tone. If you are someone who is looking for these kind of shades but you're close to my skin tone, I will tell you that these are very light, so you will have to build up. And another thing to note for this palette, because the shadows are just so soft, they just blend so easily, there is a chance for them to get muddy up. They blend very easily, very smoothly, but you have to keep in mind not to over blend, otherwise the shadows may start looking muddy. So you have to know where to stop. That's just something to keep in mind. Otherwise the quality of all of these shadows is just amazing. Now let me show you a matte look which I have done using the matte shadows of the palette. Here is one more look which I had created using the Dreamy palette. Many of you asked me to create looks with the matte shadows. So in this eye look I have created all matte eye look. So I have used this one, this one, this one and this one, and a little bit of this one as well. So this is a all matte soft cut crease kind of a look. So on the eyelids I have this shade called Lullaby, which was a very common favorite. Everybody wanted me to use that. Then this one was also a common favorite, Sistina. This one I have in my crease. The brown smoked out which you see is the shade Dogma, and the shade Senorita is in my outer V and also a little bit in my crease to create some sort of a depth. So as I said, this is an all matte eyeshadow look, and this is how all of these colors, the matte colors, look on my skin tone. Okay guys, as I mentioned that the shadow formula reminds me very much of the Modern Renaissance. So I have the Modern Renaissance here with me. I just want to show you a side by side of the two palettes. This is how the two palettes look like. The Modern Renaissance has a black cover, so these shadows may look little deeper to you, but the shadows are very similar. This one has a beige like a frame, so these shadows look lighter. But some of the shadows, like especially some of the matte shadows, are quite similar, but the shimmers are very different. These two shimmers which are there in the Modern Renaissance, they are not there in this palette. The shimmers are very different, and in the Modern Renaissance you get a few peach and orange shades which are not there in this palette. Other than that, the mattes, the lavender, the pinks, the taupe, the brown, they are quite similar in this palette. So I just wanted to show you a quick comparison swatch of the two palettes. The shimmers are very different from each other, so I'm not really comparing the shimmers, but it's very interesting to note that the 4 mattes out of the 5 from this Dreamy Eyeshadow palette are very similar to the mattes in the Modern Renaissance. So here are the two palettes side by side. So the shades Lullaby and Bon Fresco, Senorita and Love Letter, Dogma and Cypress Umber, and Illusion and Warm Taupe are somewhere very close. And here are the swatches of all those 4 shades. On top I have Nabla Cosmetics, and at the bottom I have ABH Modern Renaissance. You can see that all the shades are very similar. I would say the pink shade from the Modern Renaissance maybe is a tad bit more deeper, but still I think these 4 colors do look very similar. That's a small comparison I was interested in doing. One more thing which I want to mention about these palettes is that the powders are very soft, so you get quite a lot of fallout. I personally faced a lot of fallout, but it's not like the subculture level fallout. You get a tiny bit of fallout here and there. So I will definitely recommend you to do your eye look first with this eyeshadow palette and then move on to the foundation so that you don't ruin your makeup. The other thing which I want to mention is that this one is 62 Singapore dollars on the Beauty Bay website. That I think is pretty expensive considering that this is not really a high-end brand, but I think quality wise I'm pretty happy, but I am not sure if it is worth $62. The Modern Renaissance is only a few dollars more. If you have used this palette, do let me know, do you think if it is worth it? I was very excited to get this for a very long time, so for me I would say it was worth it for me. But I think if I look at it objectively, for my skin tone I would have preferred a little bit more darker mattes. I would have preferred if it had a warmer brown or something like that. So that way I would say it's not completely worth it to me, but the shimmers are just out of this world quality. So I am a little confused how I feel about the price of the palette. And yeah, how much does it cost originally? I don't even know. Let me find out. Okay, I did find the actual price. I went on the Nabla Cosmetics website. It's for 35 euros. So 35 euros is around 56 Singapore dollars, and I got this for 62. So I guess it's okay, but I'm still not sure if it is worth the $62 I paid. I would have loved to have a little bit more deeper mattes. So yeah, that's my review of all the Nabla Cosmetics products I got. I'm really happy with my purchase. I love the Dreamy Eyeshadow palette. It's amazing, and finally my curiosity can be at peace. And the liquid lipsticks are amazing finds, really good formula. I will highly recommend. and the brow product also I am totally loving. With that, I have come to the end of today's video. I really hope that this video was helpful and you liked it. If you did, then please don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, and if you're watching me for the first time, I really hope you'll consider subscribing to my channel. Thank you so much for watching me today. I will see you guys really soon in my next video. Bye.